All right, so I have 2 points to make about the ZeroWater filter and specifically this unit. I have been using it for 1 month, and the first thing I will say is the water is fine. It tastes good, tastes fine, tastes neutral. It doesn't taste like anything. So anybody who complains about water, I would not really take it to mind. It's really a preference thing. So that's not really something you can measure. Everyone's going to have a different experience, different parts of the country, different parts of preferences. So from that standpoint, it's neutral. I live in the DC metropolitan area, and the water is at least better to me than it has been, or just no change really much. That's significant. I have tested this. The filter works. 5-stage filtration process works. I get the result, 0 result each time after a month. So great. Second point is what is annoying and a reason to probably pause before your purchase. The entire unit itself, this container and the reservoir, is poorly manufactured. Filter is great, but this specific reservoir is poorly manufactured. Watch this. This is the lid, right? Simple construction, simple design. It's an easy access lid to pour water, right? But it easily comes off. So there's no real, it doesn't sit comfortably or simply on the reservoir. It's I don't know why. You can see it's not a firm seating, so it easily comes off. It's quite annoying. Popping off again. It'd be nice if it snapped, but it doesn't snap. Okay. Then I said two complaints, but I actually have a third one. The third one is, and you've seen this in the reviews, is the rate of dispensation after the filtration. It is very slow, and sometimes it doesn't even dispense the water over an hour. So you see this? This is standing water that hasn't even gone through the filtration process yet. So it's still in this top, I guess this is also reservoir, this top reservoir right here. So that's annoying. I don't know if that's because of how the filtration system is set up on the first stage, but the water doesn't penetrate or permeate, and therefore it just sits here. So it's very annoying. So the whole purpose of having such a large container is invalidated. So I can't fill this up and walk away. I have to come back and check it 3 times within an hour, and that's not convenient. So from a convenience standpoint, this product is poorly manufactured. I actually would recommend any of the other ZeroWater containers other than this one. The filter is great. The smaller containers are better. Any of the other products probably are built and designed better, but this one is a piece of crud. And I apologize for using that language, but as someone who is, battling with this pandemic in this country right now, the last thing I need to worry about is water. And if you're going to pay a premium for this, I do not want to have to concern myself with how that water is delivered from a pretty cheap looking product.
Go ahead.
Chuck Fresh PCGYM doing a follow-up on the ZeroWater. We've had this thing for 2 weeks, maybe not even 2 weeks. It's about 2 weeks now. And we're going to check our results with the total dissolved solid meter. Now, this is my ZeroWater. We noticed after 2 weeks the water started tasting sour, and other people complained it started tasting fishy, so we wanted to take a total dissolved solid reading. So this has just been poured in here a little while ago. It takes a while to filter. That's not a problem because we can do it in advance. So I stick this guy in here. It's reading 0, and this is the ZeroWater. And look at that reading. We're almost off the charts at almost 1,000 parts per minute, where this thing started at 0. I'll dump that out, and I'm scared. I'm actually not wanting to use this anymore. Let's try our filtered. Actually, let's just try tap water. And the tap water reading is right about where we started, about 382. Our fridge water isn't much better with the Samsung filter. It brings it down to about 360. So this is about 382, which is almost a third of the reading we're getting on the air. Oh, and we actually poured some Dasani water. which was our favorite before we started all this, and pop it in there, and we're at 0.025. So I guess the ZeroWater works for about a week, because it's the first time I've tested it because it started to taste funny, but we do pour probably, what would you say, maybe a half gallon a day of this stuff. So we've been using the heck out of it for 2 weeks with a couple of people, but the filters are very expensive to replace. When they work well, but it just may be a little cost prohibitive. Actually, the bottled water is probably going to end up being the cheaper, better alternative. And also, I'm not sure if this removes chlorine and fluoride, which are two things that are in our municipal water system. They shouldn't be there, but they're there. They have to be there, I suppose, because of laws and environmental concerns. So I think we may have to switch back to bottled water. Chuck Fresh PCGYN, your computer care clinic tip of the day.
Okay, so I just got a ZeroWater pitcher, and I wanted to do the tests with different glasses of water. This is New York City cold water, New York City hot water. My brother, who's a plumber, says that the hot water lets out more lead because it pulls it out of the piping. This is the Brita, which has been used to the max, so it'll probably be high. And this is ZeroWater. New York City water, 48. Hot water, 84, almost double, 82. As it gets cooler, it's going to go lower. You see? The Brita, 32. ZeroWater is, just like the name says, 0.
I've had this for about a year, and it is an absolute workhorse. It has absolutely been a time saver. My filtered water system in my refrigerator doesn't work, so I bought this, and we have stopped having to buy the water bottles at the grocery store. This filters beautifully. The water is amazing. Tastes great. Filters quickly. It takes 3 of these containers at a time at top, and filters, I'd say within about 5 minutes, the water's ready to go. It's great. Would definitely buy again.
So I never do customer reviews on any product I get, but I ordered this ZeroWater filter, and I was so excited because our water's terrible where I live. So I got it in, and it was cracked, and I tried to do an Amazon return, and my Amazon glitched. So I was like, this is going to be super hard. Well, I found the ZeroWater company's number, and I called them, and I gave them the information about it, and with 0 questions asked, they got my name and my address, and they are sending me a new replacement without any hassle. None. 0. Told me to keep the water filter, keep my test strip, and that they would send replacements with it as well for my inconvenience. If you have any doubts, buy this product. Super awesome.
I bought this ZeroWater water filter, and generally I've been happy with it. But the only thing that I haven't really been pleased with is this lid. It's not solid, it just really kind of sits on there, and it doesn't get a really tight fit. It's just almost so it just covers up the water that's in there. I just filled up the reservoir with a 64-ounce water bottle. You can see there's still plenty of room for more water to go in.